So, here we are, graduation day. Most speeches this week will be about life just beginning, how the world is your oyster, how you have arrived, and how you're going to change the world. Many of us here have probably eaten at least a few dozen oysters, or maybe we just had one and called it good. Many of us here are the unsung heroes of our workplace, and we change the world by bringing our own bags to Whole Foods instead of using paper or plastic. Life for most of us is complicated, and as I look into the audience, I know there isn't a single person in this room who hasn't made sacrifices to get here. Yet we all made a choice. We made the choice that now connects us all as the graduating class of 2016 Concordia University's adult cohort. While this is the first time some of us are meeting face to face, we have all spent a significant amount of time together. Today we have reached the apex of our educational journey, a road filled with late nights, long weekends, and a lot of coffee. Seriously, the guy at the coffee shop down the road from my house, I don't even have to ask anymore. When we walk across the stage today, it symbolizes the completion of a goal that we committed to, that we saw through to its end. While this chapter reaches its close, at the other end of that stage begins something new. A future that we have defined for ourselves, a future without limits, a future of open potential where we have the ability to drive change in the world around us. Now, I can't speak for all of you, but my personal journey to get here was not a straight path, by any means. I originally attended college right out of high school, and while my intentions started out good, after the first year and a half, my heart was just no longer in it. I had a little bit too much of a rebel, a misfit, let's be honest, a bit of a crazy streak in me. I wanted to do things. I wanted to experience the world. I wanted to try my hand at making some money, trying this responsibility thing I had been told so much about. So I took some time away from school. Let's be honest, I took a lot of time away from school. My idols were all tech industry dropouts like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Michael Dell, and the idea of school was like waving the white flag of defeat. But I always had the intention to finish what I started. If not for myself, I really wanted to finish college to make my parents proud. As I'm sure many of you can attest to, life has a way of keeping you distracted. The next thing I knew, 2, 5, even 10 years just flew right on by. Around this time, I met my wife, my perfect match. She's smart, funny, beautiful, and always willing to be my player number 2. My wife's family holds education in very high regard. And much like my own family, they had always tried to sway me, offering words of encouragement like crazy amounts of potential to do something great. As time went along, I realized I was pretty fond of this girl. And so came that time for asking her parents for their daughter's hand in marriage. It never works out quite like you would imagine. I was sweaty, I was nervous, my heart felt like it was gonna leap right out of my chest and make a run for the border. Her parents both just looked at each other, very calm, big grins on their face, and almost in unison they replied, "Absolutely, but." And then they let the room go nice and silent, so I got a little extra sweaty. "You need to go back to college and finish your degree. Other than that, you're pretty okay." Well, here I am today. I've got the ring, I got the girl, and I'm about to finish something that I started many years ago. Most importantly, I'm about to complete a goal, not only for myself, but for my entire family. There's a certain wisdom in Steve Jobs' quote, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future." While our journey of learning and growth has led us here today, it is not an experience that we have done alone. People like understanding parents, in-laws who know how to give that little extra push of proper motivation, friends who listen to our nonsensical rantings and frustrations, professors who find new ways to challenge us, and significant others who keep us encouraged to keep going. These are the people that helped get us here today. And as much as the pageantry of this ceremony celebrates us, we need to remember to celebrate them. Without them, we may not have made it here today. Without them, we may have gone a little extra crazy. And without them, we may not have had the courage to even start this journey. So on behalf of the graduating class of 2016, I would like to thank all of you that helped us reach and expand our potential to do great things. Now as we keep choosing to change the world in our own little circles and continue on life's path that for some of us looks and tastes better than an oyster, I have one more thought to share. There's been a quote that has followed me throughout my time here at Concordia. I've used it as a basis for papers, motivation to keep going, and personal inspiration. I stumbled across this quote from Steve Jobs because of my coursework here. It came from Apple's Think Different campaign, all the way back in 1997. It's provided motivation for me both professionally and academically in my times of doubt. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius, because the crazy ones who think that they can change the world are the ones who do. With that said, here's to all of us who have pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible and who made sacrifices to achieve this graduation goal. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.